Today's topic is a creature feature, an icon of Canadian imagery and wildlife, the hardworking beaver, and how they're designed for living a double life. Did you know that in drought-plagued California, there are teams of engineers restoring wetlands and replenishing depleted aquifers, and they're doing it dirt cheap? In fact, they don't make a nickel, even though they are featured on our Canadian coin, because they're not interested in money at all. No, they just want a nice place on the water and they're willing to build it themselves. And along the way, they transform the parched landscape into a lakeside resort, which makes everyone happy. Such is the North American beaver, a truly extraordinary animal engineer that God designed beautifully for a double life. You see, they live on the water but get their food and building supplies on land. Beavers eat several different plants, especially trees, and they can identify plant species by smell alone. Aspen is their absolute favorite, but they also like cottonwoods and willows. And aided by their powerful muscles along a massive skull with strong self-sharpening teeth, beavers can take down a 6-inch diameter tree in minutes. Their front paws are like hands, which can grasp and manipulate the branches that they cut. And then they carry them back to the water by walking on their hind legs while balancing with their tails. The beaver creates his aquatic abode by constructing a barrier out of tree branches, mud, stones to build a dam. And the resulting pond helps protect the beaver from predators and gives him a safe place to build a lodge and store his winter food. Now, once he's formed his pond, the beaver readily transitions to an aquatic lifestyle. Transferring his prized aspen branches from his front paws to his front teeth, he swims to his pantry with his nose and eyes above the water. He paddles with his webbed hind feet and steers with his tail. Swimming with branches in his mouth sounds like a recipe for drowning, but God designed the beaver for this task. You see, the pudgy guy has fur-lined lips that close behind his teeth so no water gets down his throat. And this little rear lip also allows him to gnaw underwater. But that's not all. Valves in his nostrils and ears close to prevent waterlogging, and transparent goggles protect his eyes as well. And his fur, with thousands of hairs per square inch, keeps him toasty warm and acts as both a raincoat and a life jacket, trapping air next to his skin to keep him dry and buoyant. Beaver dams store water and slow runoff, changing the whole structure of the surrounding community and even turning parched areas into wetlands as mentioned. Now, beavers thrive in very cold North American waters, like our waters here in Canada. And winters can be well below zero, with snow several feet deep on top of thick pond ice. So for security, beavers build a lodge out in the pond that can be entered only from underwater. But that means when the pond freezes over, they could be trapped under the snow and ice for months. So how do they survive? Well, firstly, their creator gave them the wisdom to put the entrance at least a meter below the surface so ice doesn't block it. Second, remember those delicious aspen branches the beaver stashed underwater near the lodge entrance? Well, the beaver family will enjoy them during their icy incarceration for months. Now, to get to their underwater pantry, they must swim in that freezing water throughout the winter. And while their body fat and fur enable them to stay in this water for several minutes, their creator also gave them an ingenious heat-saving design called countercurrent heat exchange. You see, arteries carrying warm blood from the heart intertwine with veins traveling from the legs and tail and transfer heat to them. By the time cold blood reaches the heart, it's warmed, so internal organs aren't stressed by chilled blood. And at the same time, the warm blood traveling to the tail is cooled so that less heat is lost to the surrounding water. The less heat the beaver loses, the less fuel it must burn. God's invisible attributes can be seen in the visible creation, as it says in Romans 1:20. And we can glorify Him by recognizing those attributes in His creatures as we care for His planet. The water engineer of North America beautifully displays God's attributes of wisdom, intelligence, and provision. So it's no wonder that California has started using beavers to replenish the water reserves and rescue land that would otherwise be reserved for wildfires.